Tampa Bay Buccaneers had the first pick in the draft, and they wanted a dominating defensive end like the Steelers and Cowboys had. So they selected Oklahoma's Leroy Selman, the first of three Okies selected in the top 11 picks. He was the nation's 1975 Outland and Lombardi Trophy winner, but suffered a season-ending knee injury in Week 9 of his rookie season. In Week 14 of the 1978 season, he had another knee injury that put him on the shelf for the rest of the year. He overcame these setbacks to be named the Defensive Player of the Year in 1979 and reeled off 6 straight Pro Bowl seasons, which resulted in his Hall of Fame nomination in 1995. The Buccaneers receive an A-plus grade for their selection of the first overall pick. My ratings are based on the team value related to their draft choice of the player, plus any other players received in a trade for said selected player. All footage is taken from the 1976 season, so let's get after it. Defensive lineman Steve Niehaus was taken by the Seahawks with the second pick, despite sustaining knee injuries in his freshman and sophomore seasons at Notre Dame, where he was a 4-year starter. In 3 years at Seattle, he started 20 games and recorded 9.5 sacks. He had shoulder surgery after the 1976 season and was never the same player thereafter. Niehaus said that he was pretty much forced to play with the effects of his shoulder injury. Quote, "They didn't give me a choice, and I didn't know any better," unquote. When injuries like this occur, I grant a grade of incomplete. 3 more players will receive incomplete grades due to the effects of major injuries, namely knee injuries that curtailed their careers. The Saints selected running back Chuck Muncie out of the University of California, where he was the Heisman Trophy runner-up to Archie Griffin, even though Muncie had 11 more touchdowns and over 300 more total yards than Griffin. Griffin's Ohio State team was undefeated and ranked number 1, which probably had something to do with the voting. Muncie made the 1976 NFL All-Rookie team and the 1979 NFC Pro Bowl team, but was traded to the Chargers on October 7, 1980 for a 1981 number 2 draft choice, who ended up being future Hall of Fame linebacker Ricky Jackson. Due to that, the Saints receive an A+. The Chargers drafted Oklahoma running back Joe Washington, who was 3rd in the Heisman Trophy voting in 1974 and 5th in 1975. He missed the entire 1976 season due to a knee injury and only tallied 93 scrimmage yards with no touchdowns in 1977. He was traded for Colts running back Lydell Mitchell on August 23, 1978, and in 2 years he scored 6 touchdowns with 1,690 scrimmage yards. This is somewhat difficult to grade. I'll give it a C-. The Patriots struck it rich by landing cornerback Mike Haynes from Arizona State. This was the first of 3 first-round draft picks that the Patriots had in 1976. He was the NFL's Defensive Rookie of the Year, made 6 Pro Bowl teams and 6 second-team All-Pro teams with New England before playing out his contract option after the 1982 season and signing with the Raiders. He's a Hall of Famer, A+. Jets selected Alabama quarterback Richard Todd with the 6th pick. Current Jets quarterback Joe Namath was also a former Alabama signal caller, and like Namath, Todd discovered that the Jets' offensive line offered little in terms of quality pass protection. In 8 years with the Jets, he threw 110 touchdowns against 138 interceptions and only had 2 seasons in which he threw more touchdowns than interceptions. In 1980, he led the NFL with 30 picks. He was basically the Jets' starting quarterback for 7 seasons, and for that alone, the Jets deserve a B grade. The Cleveland Browns were looking to pair a fullback with their superstar halfback, Greg Pruitt. They selected Mike Pruitt, no relation, who had 4 1,000 rushing yard seasons for them in 9 years, along with 52 total touchdowns after a slow 1976 start in which he only rushed 52 times. A grade. Tackle Dennis Lick from Wisconsin was chosen by the Bears at number 8. He made the NFL's all-rookie team while he started 74 games in 6 years. He was a super solid player. B grade. Falcons selected 5'11" Bubba Bean, given name Ernst Bean. He was on the injured reserve list for all of the 1977 season with a torn ACL, but he bounced back with 707 rushing yards in 1978. William Andrews beat him out of the starting fullback job in 1979, but Bean still started 11 games at halfback that year. This is a difficult grade due to his ACL injury. He gained 2,022 total yards and 8 touchdowns in 3 seasons. I'll give the Falcons a C+, with a lot of credit given to Bean for his courage and determination in coming back strong from the injury. Who would the Lions take at number 9? Defensive back James Hunter from Grambling State. He made the NFL All-Rookie team and finished second in the Defensive Rookie of the Year voting. He was nicknamed Hound Dog due to his long striding running ability, and here he saved a touchdown. He sustained a neck injury in 1982 that prematurely ended his career. The Lions receive a B grade. At Oklahoma, wide receiver Billy Brooks only caught 24 passes, but they were good for 6 touchdowns and an even 25 yards per catch. He ran 11 times for 158 yards and a 14.4 yards per carry. As a senior, however, he only caught 5 passes with no touchdowns in 11 games played. The Bengals still drafted him number 11th overall, and in 4 years he only caught 93 passes for 7 touchdowns, while he rushed 3 times for negative 17 yards. Some pundits may call him a bust, but I call it an incomplete grade since he was on the injured reserve list with a knee injury for much of the 1979 season, then on the non-football injury list with another knee injury during the 1980 preseason before being released on September 1st. Center Pete Brock from Colorado was the second Patriots pick in the first round. He started 88 games in 12 years with them. While he didn't make any Pro Bowl teams, the Patriots deserve a B for drafting a 12-year player. Defensive end Troy Archer also played for Colorado and started 7 games at that position during his rookie season. He started 22 games at defensive tackle the next 2 years when he totaled 12.5 sacks. He was killed in an automobile accident during the 1979 training camp. Incomplete. Rod Walters was a guard from Iowa who spent 3.5 years with the Chiefs. He was on the injured reserve list the entire 1977 season, but bounced back to play in a total of 52 games. The Chiefs receive a D grade for selecting a guy who only started 7 games. Walters later played for the USFL's Blitz in 1984 and the Gunslingers in 1985. Virginia guard Tom Glassick was Denver's choice at number 15. He started 92 games in 8 rock-solid seasons of dependability and maximum effort. B grade. Wyoming running back Lawrence Gaines was the second Lions pick in the first round. He was inactive for all but 1 game in 1977 as he was on the injured reserve list. He only had 77 carries after coming off the injured reserve list with only 1 start, so clearly he wasn't the same player as before. 3 years, 8 starts, 1,038 scrimmage yards with only 6 total touchdowns, but still an incomplete grade due to the big impact that the injury caused. Arizona State linebacker Larry Gordon played 7 years and started 98 games for the Dolphins. An excellent player who didn't play in any Pro Bowl games despite being as good as those AFC linebackers who did, he died on June 25, 1983 from a heart attack while jogging. B+. Bill selected defensive back Mario Clark from Oregon at number 18. He made the NFL's all-rookie team despite giving up these touchdown passes. He played extremely well despite not making any Pro Bowl teams, especially in 1977 when he picked off 7 and returned them 151 yards. B+. 6 foot 6 inch, 245-pound Kim Bocamper was the Dolphins' second first-round pick. He was on the injured reserved list for the entire 1976 season, played outside linebacker from 1977 through 1980, then defensive end from 1981 through 1985. He made 1 Pro Bowl team, had 40 sacks along with 6 interceptions. A-. Ken Novak was a defensive tackle from Purdue who bench pressed 475 pounds. He was 6 foot 7 inches, 268 pounds, but only started 2 games in 2 years for the Colts. D-. Patriots drafted Ohio State free safety Tim Fox, who only missed 1 start in 6 years with them. He made a Pro Bowl team before being traded to San Diego in a deal that yielded very little for New England. Still, B+. Mike Dawson played defensive tackle for Arizona and was drafted by the Cardinals at number 22. In 7 years, he started 83 games and had 31 sacks with seasons of 8 and 9. B grade. Packers nabbed Colorado tackle Mark Conkar at number 23, and he made the all-rookie team. He had stints on the IR with knee, leg, and Achilles injuries that sapped his career. Incomplete. Ohio State running back Archie Griffin is the only 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. Small at only 5'9", 190 pounds, He amassed 4,415 scrimmage yards and 13 total touchdowns for the Bengals in 7 seasons. He made minimal contributions during his last 3 seasons, and from 1977 through 1980, he didn't have any rushing touchdowns, due in part to behemoth running back Pete Johnson getting almost all of the goal line carries. Somewhat difficult to grade, not a bust. C. James Duck White from Oklahoma State was supposed to be the guy to replace Vikings all-time great Alan Page at defensive tackle. Instead, they received solid but unspectacular production for 8 years. B-. Colorado Rams linebacker Kevin McClain was chosen by the Los Angeles Rams at number 26. In 4 years, he didn't start any games because of stellar outside linebackers like Isaiah Robertson, Jim Youngblood, and Bob Brudzinski. He was such a bust that the Rams had to draft another outside linebacker with their 1979 first-round pick, George Andrews, who started 7 games in 1980 instead of McClain. D-. Wyoming Cowboys defensive back Aaron Kyle was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys at number 27. Despite no starts in 1976, he had 3 sacks and a safety, the only ones of his 4-year Dallas career, in which he started 42 games and intercepted 6 passes. He was waived midway through the 1980 season. C grade. 6'6", 255-pound Clemson tight end Benny Cunningham was the Steelers' selection. His 10-year career, all with the Pittsburgh Steelers, resulted in 80 starts, 202 catches, and 20 touchdowns. His modest stats don't seem like much, but in head coach Chuck Noll's conservative offense, a tight end that averaged 20 catches per year was plenty good. B grade. Please click the like button, leave a comment, and as always, thank you for watching.